I've been pondering the last several weeks as we approach this annual event on what I might say this evening that would characterize and capture all that Superb accomplished over the past year. And of course, for a guy like me, there were many words that came into my mind. And for those of you that know me, no fear, this will be the shortest, I repeat, keynote address that I have given to you. As the many words came to mind, I started thinking and I thought, you know what would be really good is if somehow I could find one word that would encapsulate everything that we did this last year. One word that would be more important for me to say this evening than anything else. And as I did that, I pondered, I thought about the prestigious award that Superb Industries received this year from Inc. magazine. Superb Industries, Sugar Creek, Ohio, small town, fastest growing manufacturer. Not just, and it wasn't just one time, actually this was the third year running. Moreover, in the last 3 years, we have been ranked not just the fastest growing manufacturer, but among the top 100. And as I thought about that, I thought the one word that would characterize that is growth. You know, growth is a good word. It's good for an organization to grow because the alternative isn't very good. But then I wondered, would that be the most important word that I could say this evening? It's important, but is it the most important? Perhaps. And then I continued to ponder and I thought about the computer system, ERP the third. And I thought about, you've heard me say this before, computer consultants with laptops that apparently are made out of solid gold because we made big payments to these folks. But as I thought about it, I remembered consternation on the shop floor, consternation in the office. Is this going to work? And I remembered piles and piles and stacks, and Ryan would remember this, of pizza and buckets of ice cream in the boardroom and many people staying late. And of course, hearing horror stories about malfunction go-lives that are so common when these types of things are done. We survived. There's only one word that can describe that, and that is tenacity. Tenacity is what got us through it. We not only got through it, but we did it, according to all reports, very well. I'd hate to think what very bad would look like. So is tenacity the most important word? Maybe. Certainly important. It is what got us through, but maybe not the most important one. And then I thought about the fact that all these people sitting in this room produced in Sugar Creek, Ohio, 130 million engineered components this year, one at a time, and shipped them all over the world to make it a better place. You think about 130 million parts, that's a lot of parts. But what you might not think about is the fact that it made the world a better place for a lot more than 130 million people. So that is, the impact that we had this past year. And the one word that describes that accomplishment, I think, would be teamwork. Teamwork is very important, isn't it? It's what we strive to be every single day. But is it the most important word that I could use this evening? I asked myself the question, I was thinking about it, and then I thought about the trip that Jim Floyd and I made this last week, and one of the things we were showing customers were the catalogs of Superb Technical Institute. And I began to think about all the people. Actually, as I was pondering this, I didn't realize how many people would be standing up here to be recognized for hard work that they did. And you know what I heard several times as we were out talking to people? They said, wow, you're doing that? I said, yes, we're doing that. That's ambitious. That's visionary. You know, vision is a very important word. The proverb says that without vision, people perish. That sounds important. But is it the most important word? I don't think so. And neither is teamwork, although it's very important, and neither is tenacity, and neither is growth. They all characterize what we did. So I pondered some more, and finally, what I came to is this. And it came to me Friday morning. I think of stuff when I wake up in the morning, and it's about the most important unspoken word of all time, and that is thanks. Thank you. Thank you for making it possible to be the fastest growing company among the fastest growing companies in the United States. Thanks for having the tenacity to not only survive an ERP implementation, but by all accounts, making it one of the best ones our computer consultants have ever experienced. Thank you for being a team that is able to make the world a better place, one operation, one task, one component at a time. And thank you for making the commitment in your future to take the extra effort in attending classes at Superb Technical Institute. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, to the one God and Lord and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ who made this all possible. And I make no apologies for that, because if you look at what we have achieved over the past 5 years, it would not have been possible without blessings that we have abundantly received. So, one word, the most important word that is often unspoken of all time: thanks. There's a postscript. There's an action item. There are things to do. I thought, since I don't get to know anything about what's about to happen, so just remember that, all I do is pay the bill. Or maybe I should say to Frank, you hope I'll pay the bill. So I came up with an idea of my own that ties in. We have, and Todd, Steve, and Lorraine will be passing these out. Everybody will get 2. We have a thank you card. It says Superb Industries, thanks. On the inside it says, thanks, the most important unspoken word of all time. On the back it says, making the world a better place, one engineered component at a time. It's just one word. Use it, write it, send it. That's all, folks. I'm turning the mic over to who? Jeff. Thank you again.